Welcome to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff, DiVeronica, and Steve Bradley. And yes, we went away a bit, but you can tell I got a fantastic tan. So thanks
If
for
you may say so yourself.
Thanks for staying with us. We're welcoming on one of the champions from Section 5 girls basketball. And kudos to 7 Section 5 teams, boys and girls. 4 boys and 3 girls are going to the state Final Four. And we have one of them here, a team that ended a 14-year drought and won a Section 5 title, the Canandaigua Braves, joining us, Coach Mike Brennan in his 11th season, Liv Schorr, Maya Herman, and Kyleigh Chapman, 3 of the key players for a group that just kept answering the bell. And Coach, I want to say congratulations to you. And I guess if there's a theme to this season, I know you talked about overcoming adversity. Tell us, I guess, a little bit more about this group and why you say it.
So you're exactly right. And some of that adversity was self-inflicted with our schedule, and that was by design, and some was just bad luck. So we had a really good year. The previous year, we were 19-1, where we played some tough teams, but we wanted to make our schedule a lot tougher this year. So we went out of section. We went to Amsterdam and played 2 state-ranked teams there. And then we, obviously played Penfield. We asked to move up a division, so we played the Division I teams. And then our division was very good. And then Hamburg, who we ended up beating in the regional, they came in and they played us as well. So some of that was by design, but then we had some tough luck. First and foremost, losing Macy Bacon, tough to replace her. You can't replace her with just one kid. She's a tremendous player. She was going to play 32 minutes a game for us this year. So we lost her early, and then our gym flooded. And so we weren't able to really have any home. We didn't play a single home game all regular season. Fortunately, FLCC was a great neighbor. We were able to play games there, but we couldn't practice there. So my hope was and is that type of thing really has helped us, especially when we've had to play on neutral courts.
Maya, Coach just detailed some of the adversity you've been through. Sometimes they say, what doesn't knock you down makes you stronger. Did all this stuff make you guys a tougher team, a more stronger team, a more together team?
When I found out our gym flooded, I bawled my eyes out for all day. And then we started playing at Flick, and I think that actually helped us in our past game because Flick has 3 3-point lines. And so then playing at another college that has that, we're used to it by then. So definitely in the long run, it was an advantage.
Well, you're going to Troy to play Hudson Valley Community College. And I know we're recording this early in the week, so haven't had a lot of prep time yet. But Kyleigh, I guess just what's it been like? What was it like to walk around school today, knowing that you're going to the state Final Four? What was it like doing that?
It was great. It's hard to focus in some classes, just, wanting to watch film in the last game. But overall, it was great.
And Jeff, Liv had an overtime that was a great stat line in overtime that you would take for a whole game. 3 steals in overtime, I think maybe 5 points, but that pressure situation, Liv, stealing the ball, coming away with it, coming up with a big turnover. What was inspiring you guys, and what do you remember about Saturday's win over Hamburg?
Our whole team was just really into it. We had great energy throughout all of overtime, and it just made me more confident. And I just played like we know how to play, no matter if it was overtime or not.
So you beat Hamburg 53-47 overtime. You had a 10-point lead early, tied it at half from what I looked at. And you're down by a point with 33 seconds left, Coach. And one of the key players off the bench, we saw her. She played a really good game against Sutherland in the Section 5 title game. Julia Geithner hits a 3 to put you up 2. They come back. The big girl, Clara Strack, who Kyleigh will talk about that in a minute. She ties up with 12 seconds left. You go to overtime, and then you just took over in overtime. But I guess, Coach, was that a design play for Julia Geithner, or is that just a sophomore making a play?
We can't talk about Julia Geithner because she's the best kept secret on our team, I think. No, but Julia, so it wasn't a set play. So we were running a 5-out offense that we run all the time. It's our base offense. And I just felt like we do have set plays, but I felt Clara Strack was so good at clogging up the middle that it was better if we ran just our base and penetrated and kicked, and it happened to work out. And Julia's shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. But the team, I would say over the last 3 or 4 weeks, has really taken our offense to another level in terms of passing the ball and finding each other and emphasizing player movement, ball movement. And we've got any of those kids can make a three, but Julia has been, and it's not a fluke. She's a really good shooter. It's just she's had the opportunities the last couple of games, and you probably saw it in the Sutherland game. She just has no fear in terms of shooting the ball in late game situations. She hit a huge one with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds against Sutherland, and that one that she hit against Hamburg was even bigger, I would say.
So Kyleigh, you had the role of guarding a Division I player that's going to Virginia Tech, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's your mindset? That's a big responsibility, and everybody keeps track of who scores the 3-pointers and the baskets, but sometimes a defensive stopper doesn't get the credit. What's your approach as a defender?
I mean, the game plan was just kind of make it difficult for her to, catch the ball. And it was really team defense. Everyone was pinching. Everyone was, that was like our focus. And I think, together we were able to all, definitely limit her.
Well, how tall are you, Kyleigh? You're not 6'4". I know that.
No, 5'10".
Okay, so what were you trying to front her? Couldn't play behind her? What were you trying to do?
Yeah, so like I was playing mostly baseline side, and then the help defense or the pinch came from more the middle. And I tried to stay in front of her if she got really well positioned. But
Coach, what kind of job did she do, or did the team do, really? Because probably wasn't just one-on-one.
Right, and Kylie's exactly right. It was team defense, but Kyleigh, and I don't think any of the team would mind me saying this, Kyleigh was the most important part of that. She was probably the only one that could. Kylie's exceptionally strong and exceptionally smart, so she probably wasn't going to get a lot of block shots, but she was going to use leverage. And Kylie's exactly right. We wanted her on the baseline side, and then that allowed the help to come from the top of the key and the weak side. And so it was team defense, but Kyleigh was the most important part of that. And she was probably the only one on our team that could handle that. And, Strack went off on the third quarter, but that was the only quarter where she really, the idea was to not let her string together 2 quarters of having great offensive basketball. And Kyleigh and the rest of the team did a great job of making sure it was just the 1 quarter. In the fourth, I think we held their team to 7. And so it was team defense, but there's no way it works without Kyleigh.
And overtime, the steals, Liv, were these sideline passes or entry passes? How were you getting these steals? 3 steals in overtime is incredible.
Yeah, I think my first one was I just kind of saw them. We were in a zone and I just read it. It was going baseline. I just put my hand out, got it. And then I think the last one, it was like not a lot of time left, and girl was trying to go middle. Maya was kind of on her, and I just kind of read it and doubled her and then got it.
Maya, what's the confidence level of this team having won a sectional championship, going to regionals and winning in overtime, and now you go to the Final Four and you've got nothing to lose. You show up and just give it your best, right?
I mean, our goal since the beginning of the season was to win sectionals. So that since we did that, I think our confidence is even higher than we ever thought it would be. And I think now we just go out there and play that way we have been playing, and I think that we can go far.
Let's take a quick break, come back to talk more about your opponent Friday, 1:30 at Hudson Valley Community College, as long as the snow gets there and clears out of there and the schedule goes off as hopefully it will as scheduled. So we'll take a quick break. You're watching us right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.
The best 3 things here at McQuaid are definitely the sports, the brotherhood and the service to community. I think that's a really big, important thing that McQuaid stresses, which is part of creating a better and great man. You definitely feel a connection with your fellow students here. It's being all guy school. You're able to relate to each other on a personal level, and everyone's very welcoming here with open arms and willing to be your friend.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Have you visited Roberts Wesleyan University yet? We were voted the Rochester Business Journal Best Undergraduate Program in 2022 by their readers. At Roberts, you'll find an academically inspiring environment led by supportive, high-quality professors. Discovery Days are scheduled for January 16th, February 20th, March 8th, and April 14th. Schedule a virtual visit or an individual visit. Our Saturday visits are February 11th, March 4th, and April 1st. Learn about what you may want to pursue to shape your future forward. Schedule a visit at roberts.edu/visit.
Hi, this is Jeff DiVeronica. I'd like to tell you about my friends from Doyle Security. We lost my father-in-law a few years ago, and that meant my mother-in-law was going to be alone in her house. One of my first calls was to Doyle. Doyle has an award-winning burglary detection system, and that gave her peace of mind again. It gave her comfort. These days, you can't put a price tag on that. Whether it's for your family or yourself, at any stage of your life, Doyle is there for you. For seniors, Doyle offers a personally enabled GPS emergency response system. They have a full array of smart systems, including fire and carbon monoxide detection, security cameras, and more for your home or business. More than 35,000 families and businesses rely on Doyle every day and every night. Family owned and operated for more than 100 years, you don't have that kind of staying power unless you're doing something right. To learn more, call 1-866-GO-DOYLE or visit godoyle.com.
Local McDonald's operators care about our local schools, teams, and student athletes. That's why they support the return of high school athletics in the Rochester area and around the state. See you before or after the big game at McDonald's. Welcome back, Section 5. Game on!
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show, talking with the Canandaigua girls basketball team heading to the state Final Four Friday at Hudson Valley Community College. You'll play Manhasset, team from the Long Island area. They're 24-1, and they also won an overtime to advance. But I want to take Maya Herman. Maya, you made a shot against Sutherland in the championship game. Total momentum shifter. At the end of the third quarter, I believe, drove the baseline, and you literally, it was a jump shot. You jumped in the air and shot and swished on the baseline as the horn sounded. Do you do that a lot where you get off the ground and shoot? Because that was one of the more pure jump shots I've ever seen by a girls basketball player in my time covering Section 5.
Yeah, I mean, in practice, we do a lot of shot clock, like stuff, situations like that. So I think that actually helped me in the game like situation.
But do you literally get off your feet like that high and shoot? These coaches nodding yes. You do that. You jump and shoot.
I mean, I don't really know. I just kind of do it. Yeah.
It works.
So coach, let's put in coach. Describe Maya's game. Obviously, she's one of the top players in the section, a leader for your team, and seems to have a knack for making the big plays when you need it the most.
That's a great way to put it. She does have a knack for making plays at opportune moments, and she does have a true jump shot. And I'm not knocking other girls players, but that's probably more rare in the girls game. She elevates, and that's a real advantage. The other thing that's unique about her offensive game, she has a true mid-range game, where a lot of from the NBA down, it's get shots in the paint or threes, and I get that. But Maya has a true mid-range game, and she uses that in transition actually exceptionally well, which is probably why I don't think Maya's ever had a charge, and that's why she's always totally under control. She stops on a dime and really elevates sometimes over taller players, which is what you saw at Sutherland.
We are talking Canandaigua basketball. They're going to play Manhasset, Hudson Valley Community College. Liv, what are you looking forward to the most? Being at a hotel with your girls playing. What's your expectation for this trip?
I mean, obviously the basketball part of it is amazing, but it's also going to be like an amazing experience being with all the girls at a hotel. I mean, state environment. It's going to be really fun.
Kyleigh, how about you? Obviously, it's a business trip, but you want to mix in a little bit of fun.
No, I totally agree with Liv. Like, the basketball's gonna be fun, but I think the stuff off the court is gonna be just as great.
All right, Coach. We always do this. Break it down. Give me a 30-second without telling Manhasset everything. But Kyleigh, Liv, and we talked about Maverick. Kyleigh and Liv, tell us about them. What are their strengths as players?
To use a baseball term, they're 5-tool players. And when I'm talking to college coaches about Kyleigh specifically, Kyleigh can guard 5 positions, as you saw with Clara Strack, but also she can guard the perimeter. She's our best rebounder. She's one of our best, if not our best passer. And so throughout her career, she's been a 5-tool player. She shoots out on the perimeter. She can go by people. We use her to break the press. We use her to seal in the middle against the zone, and she can pop out and make a 3 against the zone. So Kyleigh is really an MVP type candidate. She doesn't maybe score 25 points a game, but she does 100 other things. She's capable of hurting you from the perimeter. Against DiVeronica, she had 18 rebounds. And Liv is similar in terms of her versatility. She's our point guard, but she also could lead us in rebounding. She's scrappy. We call it paying the Livy tax. Like, if you're going to bring the ball close to Livy, you're going to have to pay something. It might be in terms of like a foul, but something's going to give. And a lot of times she ends up with the ball. So Livy gets us possessions is what she gets us. And possessions, whatever sport you're talking about, that's what wins games. And so those two get us what wins games. They play, and I don't want to take this the wrong way, but they play the boring basketball that wins games, might not show up on every highlight film.
Now, Maya, you are going to college to play basketball.
Mhm.
So you shared with us that in the beginning. Why don't you share with our audience where you're going and why you chose to attend that college?
I'm going to Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida, and I chose it because their basketball program there is really well and good. The girls there and on the team are very nice, and I just love the environment that they had, and I'm excited to play.
No snow there, right? No snow.
I hate snow. Coach Brennan, we got a snow day tomorrow.
Liv, how about you? What are your post high school plans?
Yeah, I'm going to Stony Brook to play lacrosse.
Nice. Canandaigua lacrosse, pretty big deal. Especially all the players you put in colleges. And Kyle, you still have another year left, right? You're a junior.
Yeah, 1 more year.
Okay, cool. Who's looking at her, coach? Some D3, D2, D1?
She's getting some good D2 looks. And I think a smart D1 school will give me a call. I think they should give me a call. I'll meet them at Wally's. I'll
Best
bring
burger around, right?
What's that?
The Wally burger, you can't beat it.
Can't beat it. We'll get a Wally burger. I'll buy the first round, and bring your scholarships. And Kyleigh's going to make college coach very, very happy.
I was very impressed with your ability to handle a ball at your size, Kyleigh. Were you a guard when you were younger and you had a growth spurt? Because not a lot of 5'11" girls can handle a ball like that.
I feel like when I was younger, I definitely played like point guard a little, and so I definitely did play like a guard role, but I don't know if I'd say I had a growth spurt, but I don't know.
Coach, what do we know about Manhasset? I know 24-1. I know they rallied. I think they were 6 points down with 1:10 to go. Came back to force OT and win. What do you know about them so far?
They're actually similar to us, where they've got a lot of kids that can hurt you. I'm not sure they have anybody scoring like a Clara Strax or Gretchen Dolan from Williamsville South, where they're scoring 30 points a game. But they got a lot of kids that can hurt you. Exceedingly athletic. A lot of multi-sport athletes that are just competitors. Really good defensively, very well coached. And they mix it up defensively. So it'll be a challenge to get ready for them because they've got a lot going on, both schematically and from a personnel perspective.
Now, Canandaigua Live has won a lot of championships in a lot of sports. It had been 14 years for girls basketball. Take us back to that ride home from Rush Henrietta, beating Pittsford Sutherland. What was that night like for you and your teammates?
It was crazy. I mean, we were blaring the speaker. We were just so excited. I've never seen Coach Brennan smile so much. It was just an amazing feeling for everyone. I just love seeing all my teammates so happy.
Have you all talked about how, I know you're extremely happy. You can tell it and see in your face and all that. You won sectionals. You're going to the state Final Four. You're going to get the trip no matter what, right? But you're 2 games from, and generally Class A from Section 5 does pretty well. Pittsford Mennon's shown that, right? About not being too happy. Enjoy the moment. I know I saw the quote. You can't be afraid to lose, enjoy the moment, Coach said, but not being satisfied yet. You're this close to doing something that people only dream about.
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked about that?
Yeah. When after we won sectionals, Coach Brennan said that he was like, our job is not done yet. And that even though we won sectionals, that we can go even farther if we practice harder. And yeah,
you got this.
So, Mike, it's about a 3.5 hour trip to Hudson Valley on the bus. What's the message to the team, either after your last practice or before you depart? Kind of the words of wisdom for the weekend.
The same thing it's been probably since we beat Irondequoit was I didn't want the girls I wanted them to enjoy it in the moment and not wait until afterwards. So take a look around. There's nothing like high school basketball this time of year, the tournament type atmosphere. So enjoy it, but we're happy but not satisfied. And the other message was, we don't know, don't be just happy with the sectional title because we don't know when we'll be back. There's no guarantee. I think we'll be very good next year, but a lot goes into it and we don't know when we'll be back. So we're 2 games away from the ultimate title and we don't want to just sit on a sectional championship and a regional championship. We want to really take advantage of this because like I said, you don't know when you'll be back.
And girls, you've been chasing it for a few years. He's been chasing it for 11. So he knows what he's talking about. And one of the truly good young coaches that I've met here in Section 5, the next generation. So really happy for you, Mike, and your program. Happy for you girls. Wish you the best of luck going down to Troy and bringing it home. So thank you for joining us right here on the show, Maya, Liv, and Kyleigh. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach Brennan, go get him. Steve Bradley, for our producer, Joe Brott. He's Steve Bradley. I'm Jeff DiVeronica. Thanks for watching us right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.